right.
Oh boy.
Woo! Missed you guys. Missed everybody.
What year is it?
It's just the fall weather kicking our butts and all
that
the other
was
stuff.
me waking up from a nap yesterday. I'm like, I can't remember what decade I'm in.
So we haven't played in a couple weeks. We are sorry for the lack of regular games, but we will get back on that now for at least a week. I think Tiefling, you've got a couple weeks here coming up where you're not going to be available, correct?
Yeah, the week of Thanksgiving, and then the week after that, I'll be at PAX Unplugged.
Is next week Thanksgiving? No, the week after.
No,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
next week we're good, and then the week after that, I'll be in Tennessee.
All right, so there you go.
I think most people are unavailable the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that Wednesday's a big bar night, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't had to worry about that since I was a bouncer, but I don't go out on big bar nights. I'm sorry. Screw that stuff.
I did not know that. I'll be driving that night.
Be careful.
That's a careful driving night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luckily, you're in Georgia. I'm in Michigan, where we get snow and ice sometimes, so it's even worse.
It won't be that, but it'll be going through Atlanta traffic, which I don't like doing.
Oh yeah. Big cities. So last time we played, we had quite a bit going on. We had Renmer trying to fix himself a foot. We had Eva. Well, we had Renmer and Eva looking for purpose in the world as well. With Eva kind of discovering more about her abilities. We had Garrick doing some investigations and reading books and all that good stuff. And then helping Renmer with his foot. And I don't remember what Meek was doing. Probably digging in a dumpster somewhere and following Eva.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So with that, we also were told that 14 days would pass before we picked up playing again. So I'm going to let everybody introduce their characters. And I will ask them also to explain what their character has been doing for the last 2 weeks. So with that, whoever wants to start first, feel free.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start off. Garrick Gladstone. Garrick is a very intentionally nondescript male human. He's average height, average build, average everything. He tries to essentially just blend in with his surroundings and have no one really take that much note of him, except for a gigantic relative to his head, scarlet macaw that just kind of sits on his shoulder. It's bright, vibrant, and it's named Kraken. And Kraken tries to get all the attention while Garrick is more likely to just kind of slip away. During the downtime, Garrick would be assisting Renmer in fabricating his armor and anything else that he happens to be fabricating by essentially practicing his illusion magic and kind of asking Renmer questions and trying to come up with an illusion looks exactly like what he's thinking, and then being able to put that illusion right in front of him so he can kind of hold his piece up and make sure that he's coming up with something that matches his creation, matches what's in his head as best possible. And then while Renmer's hammering away, he'd be sitting there studying some scrolls and spell books and maybe doing some research on the areas that we believe that we're heading to, and also while we're at it, just trying to dig into some of the things in the past that have happened the past few weeks. Some strange encounters, druid lich and such, have him kind of off, feeling like there was something not right about that whole situation, and wanting to know a little bit more.
Yeah, you've been reading that book about the Order of the Seven, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, you've figured that these this druid lich had his druid order. They were trying to protect the forest when they did the the ritual to turn him into a lich. It was like a preservation thing, and it did not go as they had planned, obviously. So that's what you've discerned from reading through the book. And yeah. So Meek, what have you been doing for 14 days of downtime?
So Meek, the local dumpster gremlin, has probably been following Eva around, to be honest. A lot of maybe because I'm assuming, and I'll have to listen to see kind of what Eva has been up to, but I'm assuming a lot of being around her house and her family.
Okay.
And probably feeling uncomfortable with that situation, but like weirdly like really grateful to be in that kind of environment, and is trying to like acclimate kind of. So maybe spending time with your siblings, trying not to freak them out, maybe like taking a bath and like seeing this kind of dynamic and wanting to be a part of it and trying to do that. And then, following Eva around and helping with whatever she gets up to.
Oh my God, I have so many ideas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, have fun with it, Eva, because you're next.
Mm-hmm. This just gave me so much more to work with. Oh my God. Okay, so first off, I'm Eva, or I'm Cornelius. I'm playing Eva.
Mm-hmm.
I'm half elf. I'm a paladin, and I just figured out that that's what I might actually be, as a paladin. I visited with a priest, and he gave me a book. It was basically paladining for dummies. And so for the past 2 weeks, I've been reading Paladining for Dummies. But when I'm not reading and trying to figure out what the hell's going on, I'm probably trying to take care of Meek, because she's clearly never been in a house before she met me.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
there's probably some explaining having to happen
mm-hmm.
to her parents about like what is this gremlin child you just brought into my house? Like,
yeah.
What? It's like, listen, I don't want to call her a project, but
mm-hmm. Why does she keep burrowing into all of our pillows? She's getting feathers everywhere.
Yeah. She's ruining the pillows.
Yeah.
Stop bringing the gremlin in the house. I don't think her parents would have said that. I think they would have been very understanding. But
mm-hmm. Yeah,
she's ruining
like a
pillows.
Stray dog, basically letting him like.
Yeah.
So, what'd you find in that book, Eva? What have you read? You tell us.
Oh, so some of the stuff makes sense, like, the ability to heal. She did the, let's see, what else did she do? She did the compelled duel thing. So that was something else that was mentioned. She did the divine smite out of nowhere and was like, what the hell is this? So that's a thing. But I think the more that she reads about like what it means to be in the position that she's in, and to actually accept what is being given to her, I feel like the further she gets into the book, the more she wants to get out of town. It's kind of strange to her to just be like sitting in one place and taking all of this in. Like, she's getting very antsy, and the further into the 14 days we get, the more you probably catch her outside or on the outskirts of town, or just not wanting to be here, not wanting to be in one place. And she doesn't really understand why yet, but she feels like she needs to be looking for something instead of just like sitting here and taking in information.
Okay. All right, and Renmer, your 14 days.
So Renmore is a powerfully built half-orc. a legacy warrior. His father was an accomplished warrior, and he's been trying to live up to his father's name. And on his first adventure, while confronting a druid lich, he got his foot cut off. And then when he got back to town to collect his first ever contract, he got called a liar. And Renmore's kind of questioning everything. All of his life choices have come into focus. And he recently found the good word of Tyr, and has found that the maimed god very attractive to him right now. And in a fit of faith and inspiration, went into a forge and forged himself a new foot, and has spent, I believe, Eva's father, Eva being his childhood friend, Eva's father offered him the forge at night. So he has been working the forge through the night and doing a combination of sleeping and then training on that new foot during the day to get acclimated so he doesn't need a crutch. He can fight on that foot without too much hamperance. We're going off of the basic losing a foot rules in the DMG, so 15 feet of movement and all that. And he has been working on converting his chain shirt into splint mail, as he has found working with his hands very soothing and satisfying. And I believe with Garrick's help, was able to, in 2 weeks, convert his chain mail into a set of splint mail through pretty diligent and intensive work. And then split that with just getting his ass kicked by Eva on the training grounds.
As usual.
So you're still getting your butt kicked by Eva, huh?
I mean, like, I'm breaking in this new foot. I figure I got some licks in, but she's still she definitely can outmove me right now, and I'm still working on that part.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So
it was a bit like Braun and Jamie with the hand.
yes.
Yeah. There was definitely that phase of the learning curve where it was like, shit, damn, and then just funny. Full Rocky montage, you know.
He needs to figure out his footing still.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, so 14 days have passed. There's been a lot of talk in the town about the king's death. You know, a lot of people speculating as to what he had, what could have caused it. You know, anything from, was he poisoned? Was it just old age and sickness? Things like that. And since the news broke, many have traveled through Riverbend from Port Town to the capital. Most are just going to pay their respects in the next few days. There will be a ceremony within a few days, or within the next week, so anyone can kind of pay their respects. And there's been a lot of questions about who's going to be the next king. You guys know, and some of our viewers have not heard this before, but the king was a gold dragon. An ancient gold dragon that had was known as the protector of the skies, would sometimes be seen flying around the kingdom, you know, just checking on things. But yeah, he was reported dead a little over 14 days ago. So, with that, you guys have been hanging around Eva's house, including you, correct, Renmer? You've been blacksmithing at Eva's house?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys have kind of been hanging around there. And as you guys are doing your typical things, maybe Eva's reading a book or just hanging out with Meek. Maybe even Garrick is helping Renmer in the blacksmith yard. Renmer's father shows up and walks up behind Renmer and puts his hand on his shoulder, trying not to startle him, and says, Renmer, the two mercenaries who helped us get you guys back, well, that you basically helped us, but they found out some information hanging out in the taverns.
Yes. What have they discovered?
supposedly they have heard where the bandits are staying.
Really?
Yes. The bandits that ambushed us all.
I think Eva and Garrick would be most interested in this. And where's Meek?
Ah!
Ah. I'm just assuming Meek was directly behind me when she did that.
Yeah. And just like a dumb look on her face as she like looks forward and like yelled out to get your attention.
No. I'm assuming at this point the split is mostly done, and I'm gonna leave it on the anvil and just gather everyone together to hear this information.
Okay. He tells you, he says, I don't want you going out there unless your foot is okay, unless you are able to do something.
Eva has seen to that. I'm ready to face an actual test at this point.
Are you on good footing now, or how's your balance?
Reasonably well. The joke has flown way over Redmore's head.
Well, I would advise you guys go to the Cracklepot Tavern and seek out those mercenaries. You guys know where to find them. They've been there for 2 weeks nonstop, pretty much, looking for work. Who knows? Maybe they'll aid you in your trip if that's what you choose to do.
This sounds like a good idea. If you'll excuse me, I'll be right back. And he's gonna go back and like put the finishing touches on his armor and put it on for the first time.
Okay. Seems to fit well.
And then come back out and strap his sword belt on and turn to Eva and be like, shall we?
She'd motion for the door.
And Garrick's here, right?
Yeah, he's been helping you.
I'm gonna
Garrick,
say, if
you.
he's not here, he's probably already there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
One
for
or the
all your
other.
help.
Mhm.
I owe you several drinks.
That's my favorite form of payback.
So I just want to point this out. Someone just mentioned in the chat, he's healed
He
just
was
fine.
Just fine. I saw that. I fucking saw that.
That's
I
great.
love it.
Shroot, I'm so
This
glad you're
fellowship of
here.
tables is gonna fit right in with us.
I'm so glad you're here.
Well, welcome. You're clearly one of us.
Done.
The footloose jokes are coming. It's all good. I'm loving
Yeah,
it.
I saw that took all of like 5 seconds to come out, and I'm like, yep.
There it is. There they are. Yep.
All right. So you guys are heading over to the Cracklepot Tavern, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
As you get over to the Cracklepot Tavern, it's a nice day. It's a gorgeous day, sunny. None of this snow crap that we have in real life. So it's real sunny, about 80 degrees, calming breeze. And when you get to the tavern, you open the door and Margot's standing there ready to greet you. Hey guys, come on in. Can I interest you in a private booth?
Yes, I think we shall do that.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Come on over this way. And she sits you down, and she proceeds to tell you that they have ale, but they do not have any other food at this time.
That will
Supplies are low. And you can tell she kind of seems disappointed. Supplies are low. We've had to send the cook home for the last few days. But I'm glad to have you. And Garrick, it's good to see you again. It was a short night. I am assuming you're okay today.
Well, as good as I'm ever going to be.
Well, that's good. So how many drinks for y'all?
One for each of us, and bring at least 3 of your finest ales for Garrick here. I will pay that.
Oh, excellent. So she kind of
Eva pulls her nose out of her book and it's like, no, Garrick can have mine, thank you.
Can I have apple juice?
apple juice.
Yeah.
Well then, 4 drinks for Garrick and make it 3 for me.
And an apple juice for the child.
And an apple juice for the meek.
She seems pretty excited.
Apple juice for the meat.
Yeah.
I don't know why that got me so hard, but I love it.
Yeah.
She smiles and she like pats Renmer on the hand. Oh, thank you. I'll be right back. And the little dwarven woman with red hair kind of struts off, with a little skip to her. You notice there's not a lot of people in the tavern, a lot less than normal. Probably because there's no food. But the two mercenaries are sitting up at the bar drinking, and when they see you walk in, they actually nod in your direction. They see Renmer make the hand gesture to come on over. They pick their drinks up and strut over.
Yeah.
And, how's your foot?
As well as it can be.
You seem to be moving around just fine.
I've been adapting. Thank you for your assistance out in the on the road. It was most appreciated.
No, thank you for saving our ass. We had no chance. We know that.
My father said you had learned something.
Oh, yeah, there was a guy in here was it last night? I think maybe it was yesterday morning. I can't remember. We've been hanging out a little bit too much. It's early today, so we're still with it, but I'm sure you give us an hour, we won't be very coherent. But we overheard a guy talking about the old Hunter's Lodge, the abandoned noble family Hunter's Lodge nearby.
Interesting.
And having to get out there to make a delivery of some sort. Sounded like he was delivering some food or something.
Where is this hunting lodge?
So you guys would know there used to be a hunting, like a noble family owned a lot of acreage nearby. And where is my notes? He tells you it's located south of Riverbend, but you would remember this anyways. There was a noble family that had passed on generations ago. We're talking probably 30, 40 years ago. Or not 30, 40, like 80 years ago. And there was nobody to take over the estate, basically. And so with nobody taking it over, it just kind of fell into disrepair as far as anybody knew. So, but yeah, it's about 3 days south of Riverbend.
Interesting. And you think the bandits were making this their home?
Yeah, once we overheard that, it made perfect sense to us. Because there were barracks, or not barracks, there were multiple different buildings on the land. And so depending on how many there are, they could have easily taken up residence there. It'd be a great place to lay low, at least.
Yes. And are you aware if these are the bandits? Are they in control of themselves, or are they affected by those creatures we encountered down on the road? Are these the remnants of the bandits that were attacked by those creatures?
I think it's the same bandit group. I think that it sounded like there's many of them, and that's where they seek refuge, and they're looking to get food delivered there, and the guy was going to deliver it there. Because he came in here trying to deliver food here too.
Are they the ones responsible for the shortage of food here in town?
That I can't tell you. I know they're looking to buy food. So, yeah, I don't know.
So other than seeking food, what have they done?
I believe it's the bandits that attacked us. Everything I had heard about, what they were looking for and what the guy was talking about, loose lips, once people get drinking. But it sounded like the same kind of guys who attacked us. So that's why we put two and two together at the time. But again, we were drinking, so.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you for this information. And your next round is on me.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Now, do they seem to be telling the truth?
Yeah, I was about to ask if I could roll an insight check, because I'm like just staring at him like.
Yeah, let's let Meek do the insight check, and Garrick, if you want to aid somehow, you can do that. So Meek, do the insight check at advantage.
Also, how much do I owe the bar?
I shouldn't have said anything and let Garrick do the insight check, but
with advantage, you still rolled poor.
Yeah, with advantage and -1, that's a 9.
You have no reason to question it.
Yeah,
seems like good information. You know, worst case scenario,
Well,
you might think
my-
that they were too drunk to get any good, reasonable information. And they're just reading into things, but
Yeah, my assist would be a 20.
oh yeah. So Garrick, we'll say that you kind of pick up on it a little too, and you think they seem fairly trustworthy. Like what they're saying is what they believe is true. There's no reason not to believe them. Yeah.
How much do I owe the bar for all the drinks I bought?
Oh, we'll just say you're good at 1 gold. That'll include tip.
Okay. Yep, that works for me.
Yeah. So Eva's not reading at the moment. So they kind of look over to her and they see
No,
her.
she probably is.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's like, she'll occasionally look up and nod at something and then, kind of go back to her book. And then, look up again. She's still, processing what they're saying.
Sure.
But unless something really obnoxious is said, then
Right.
she's kind of going to let the others take the lead on this.
So one of them, the one who hasn't been talking this whole time, you notice he's like missing part of his ear, and he's got a scar on the same side of his face where he's been like it looks like maybe clawed at one point. He kind of turns to you and says, "Oh, what's this book you're reading?"
Well, I got it from the church. It's actually I'm not really sure what to call it. It's about how to be a paladin.
Oh. So is that something you're looking to get into or something?
In a way, yes.
Don't you have to like go on a pilgrimage or something and, devote your life to something? I don't know anything about all that stuff. It sounds really difficult and complicated to me.
That's what I thought too.
Interesting. He kind of turns back to the others and says, so, if you guys want, I mean, we're kind of looking for work. We would be more than happy to go with you if you paid us, or at least gave us a share of the treasure. And by a share, I mean an equal part. If not, we can go our own way.
I mean, I don't have a problem if we were to pay them to come along and maybe kind of guard the encampment or horses and stuff. I think we typically want to go with some sort of a guard for the horse
I'm
horses.
also in favor of help.
What was that, remember?
I'm also in favor of help.
Okay.
Though I'm unclear, what are these bandits currently doing other than seeking honest trade for food? Are these the ones that attacked the merchant that originally hired us?
Are these the muddy bandits you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's what they were described as looking like. Yeah.
Had we ever received indication that the bandits attacked the merchant in their own right mind, or was the group being aggressive always under the control of the stick bug face hugger things?
I don't think you guys ever figured that out.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
I think at the very least, Redmore wants to go ask them some questions.
Okay.
Because we still haven't found the papers yet that we were hired to find.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, we haven't found those at all.
No. And question, I think we were talking about this, but I can't remember what we said. Did we sell all of that green glass or thing?
Yes, I believe
did.
so.
Yeah,
Right.
we did.
We came up with the gold amount last time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I was checking that. I remember us discussing it, but I don't have an amount written down.
Yeah, I
so.
don't
I wrote
have it
down
written in
1,000 gold. Does that sound right?
Yes.
That's what I have written
Maybe,
down
yeah.
on here, but I didn't say what the 1,000 gold was for.
I
just
don't
wrote
know
on
if we
paper.
ever actually got that. Does anyone have 1,000 gold?
I don't have it written down. That's why I was asking.
I have
yeah.
40.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, I have 16 gold written down. So, and
Okay.
I was kind of wondering because that was one of the notes that I had was our green
Sure.
gemstone. I remember we were talking about it, but Okay.
So yeah, then did we sell that for 1,000 gold and split it 4 ways?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
So I can add 250.
I know we turned the stream off last time, and then we're talking about it, and was like, "Oh shoot, we should."
Maybe that's what it was. Okay. All right, I just added that.
Okay, cool.
Meek has so much money, and she doesn't understand.
so how we're doing 250?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meek, let me show you how entertaining spell scrolls are.
Okay.
They're marvelous things.
If you asked her for money, she probably would give it to you if you needed some.
I feel like Meek would have like not known what to do with that many coins, and so was just trying to like walk around with them, or was walking around with like gold literally stuffing her pockets.
Yeah, and there's like multiple places on her body that's just got gold coins in it now. Like her shoes, she's got in her socks, like just like in random places, there's just coins.
Yeah.
If you shook her head at this point, there'd probably be some that fall out of her hair.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like Eva probably would have tried to found her a pouch or something for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah, I would have done that maybe for like the first 5 days, and then after I left like a trail of coins and you picked them up after me, you were like, "Here, let me help you," and shaked me down, and then we put all the coins in a pouch.
You know what? You led the way all the way to my house. I followed you, picking up every single coin that you dropped, and by the time we got up to my room, I took a pillowcase off my bed. It was just here.
Yeah.
Here. Put your coins in here. Until I can find you a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So Red sees you guys divvying up cash and some gold coins, and she overheard you guys talking briefly about, well, did these bandits cause the problems with the food? And she chimes in and she's like, "Oh no, honey. By the way, I thought it was kind of known, but all the local farms, it seems like livestock are just dying sick. And certain crops aren't growing properly right now, it seems."
Is it known what's causing this?
No, it's not known. Something's wrong. We don't know.
Where is this sickness spreading amongst the livestock? Which direction out of town?
She tells you all the farms in every direction, it seems. And, she thinks that she's heard that a lot of this could be tied possibly to that Druid Lich that you guys have been talking about. Since you guys have mentioned that, a lot of people are running with that theory.
Well, we carved his eyes out of his skull, so hopefully he is no longer a factor.
I hope so too, but right now it doesn't seem like things are getting any better. For a while, it seemed like the chickens were surviving more than like the bigger livestock, such as the cows and pigs and things like that.
Yeah.
But even them, they have fallen as well.
Well, so Renmar's going to turn to the rest of the group and be like, I feel an obligation to complete our original contract and attempt to retrieve those papers from the bandits, though I'm unsure if those bandits did it of their own volition or if they were the ones acting under the influence of the Druid Lich.
I think by that point, Eva's closed her book and is now actually paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of deep in thought on the whole thing of it now.
Sure.
So I've been kind of contemplating that this entire time.
I think at the very least we go confront the bandits and demand a few answers and try to resolve things somewhat non-violently unless they force our hands, because they are bandits and deserve the full justice of the law. But I feel like we cannot be sure if they've actually done this or if it was the Druid Lich compelling members of their party to do this.
You know that when the bandits had attacked you guys and your father, though, there weren't any of those stick bugs involved.
Oh, they were non-stick bug bandits?
Yeah, those ones were non-stick bugs.
Oh, those guys. Those guys just robbed. Yeah, those guys just robbed us. So
Well, then.
But the Druid Lich did make use of the bandits, so I'm kind of wondering if the bandits were, in that general area, and if they might have something else going on over there. But yeah, don't really have anything to really go off of on that. So maybe going to find the bandits is the best choice. Hey, Juice, if we were having that downtime, then I would like to have picked up a couple of first level spells, first level ritual spells, and then scribe all the scroll that I have and the other couple first level spells into the spell book, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Whichever two you want to do, that's fine.
Yep.
All right. So think of anything you want to try and buy or pick up before you head out of town, too. Eva, her camera's off. Did she drop?
I think she needed to go get a drink.
Oh, okay. So if there's anything you guys want to end up trying to buy before you leave, do you want to wait out the day, do any preparations, planning?
I'd be for heading out ASAP then.
Okay.
If they're only, how many days did you say they were?
3 days. Yep, we'll say 3 full days.
Yeah, it's probably early enough in the day that we could knock out day one for the most part now, right?
Sure. I could give you that.
Then we're mostly still kitted out for a excursion, aren't we?
Possibly. Yeah, you guys had been gone for about a week before. So I'm sure some rations and stuff went away, but
I still have a couple rations. I'd probably like to stop and buy a few rations, but I don't think that would take that probably wouldn't take long enough to
No, and we don't have to role play that out necessarily either.
And we have a wagon, but if we don't want to have to keep using that spell to get around, should we look into getting horses now that we can probably afford it? Because that could be something that we do.
We could look into, or at the very least, if we since we have a wagon, look at getting some horses to pull it rather than individual horses.
Yeah. So if we just got probably one working horse to pull it, that would get all of us, right?
Yeah, I'd say that could handle you guys.
Yep.
Let's see.
Probably couldn't handle a ton of loot or something though. For that you might want 2 at least.
Let's see.
Let's just get
a draft horse is 50 gold. So do we want to get 1 or 2? My only thing with is 1 is just 1 less to have to deal with.
2 is easier to split up.
That's true if we need to.
Pitches in 25.
Okay. We can do that.
All right.
So 25 and we have 2 horses.
Nice.
Now the important thing is, which we can wait for Eva to get back, but we have to name these 2 horses.
Once you name them, you get attached.
Save a horse, ride a tensor's floating disc.
Yeah.
Who said what about naming horses?
We have to name horses.
You just bought 2 horses, subtract 25 gold from your total amount.
Oh,
and you have to name them and take care of them.
We have to name them.
And upkeep
them. You get attached.
Oh my god.
Something for me to kill. Yes.
Something for me to
all
kill.
The time.
Outstanding.
Let's name the first one Dead and name the next one Meat.
They're dead meat.
That's what someone said. That's what our fellowship said.
Oh my god.
I love it. Okay. So Renmer wanted to step out right away, Eva. I don't think anyone objected to that.
No.
Assuming you're buying a couple horses and tying them up to the wagon and getting out, correct?
I vote we name the horses Nike and Reebok.
Oh, jeez.
I like those names.
England with sponsorships.
Yeah.
Nike, Reebok, get on it. I'll put your logo on the overlay.
Let's go. Let's go.
We know you're listening.
We know you're listening.
Yeah.
First one to get the sponsorship money in gets their logo all over, and gets to live, whereas the other horse will die a glorious
Oh my
death
god!
Yeah.
Oh.
and be
What
resurrected as Air Jordan.
What
Or-
brand is superior? Which one
or
will die
whatever.
first?
Yeah. Or will be whatever our other sponsor's name will be.
hmm
Like Kraken Dice or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I pulled those because my family had goats that were brothers, and we named them Nike and Reebok.
Uh-huh.
Which one
Yeah.
lived longer?
I have no idea. They were both.
Goats.
Listen,
They were goats.
listen. I know goats aren't the smartest animals on the planet, but if these two were not all there.
Were they like the goats that would posture up and knock kids over? I saw a video today of a goat like posture up and then dropped and went bam and knocked a kid flat on his butt.
My mother had 8 stitches in her leg because of one of these things.
I believe it.
gosh.
Ghosts are ghosts.
Mhm.
Goats are mean.
Yes. Yeah. One of them sounded like he'd been like kicked in the face or something like that because he had chronic sinus problems, and so when he would it sounded like he had a runny nose, and it was
Right.
just the most
Aw.
unbelievable sound you've ever heard.
These are the fainting goats.
Mhm.
That's what I want. I want fainting goats.
Is that when they get scared, they just lay on their side or something?
Yeah, they like all of their muscles tense and they literally fall over.
All right.
For the first 5 years of Meek's life living on the streets, that's how she would deal with fear.
She'd faint like a goat.
Yeah, faint like a goat and make
Oh my
that noise.
God. That's so good.
Bah. Thump.
Yeah.
hmm
All right. All right.
Look
So
up the video. Shit's
you guys
hilarious.
know that there's basically a road that goes straight south right to the hunting cabins. Now, because it's pretty much just a designated path, it's probably pretty overgrown at this point, if there's any remaining stonework or anything. It's probably all weeded up and looks terrible. So it probably won't be an easy ride even with the horses. Just a heads up there.
Okay.
hmm
And that would just be general knowledge. So Eva, is there anything you want to do before leaving town? You weren't here, I think, when I asked that. Any shopping? Nothing?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing specific. I mean, obviously she would get rations and stuff for a journey.
Sure.
But there's nothing really specific. She'd make sure she had her book, and she'd make sure she had her ring, and then, adventuring gear.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. One thing I just thought of. I imagine in the 14 days that Eva and Meek went to a clothing shop and bought her simple clothes, but they no longer are like tattered and filled with holes and covered in muck.
And
Just
smell
because
like
she
trash.
has the gold and smell like trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they probably eventually will get back to that point. But for now, since they got more gold, Eva was like, this is what you do with it. You don't drop it everywhere. You go
Yeah.
and help
Right.
yourself. So
Eva is likely doing what she can to delay the inevitable of her clothes getting back to that state.
hmm
But I mean, it's Meek. It's hard to keep up sometimes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you guys
Now,
are.
do-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I wanted to pick up just minor, just odds and ends, ink pen papers, some things like that. Do you
Oh.
want me to tell you everything, or do you want me to just
No,
add it?
just
and
Add
okay.
it up. Just, if you want to post it in our
Yep.
Discord or something, that's fine.
Mhm.
Um,
I'll do
Goats
the
are
math, but
emergency
I'll-
rations.
yeah.
yeah.
I'll make a note of paying for clothes, and then also I'll just say that she went and got weird components for a component pouch, just to make sure I
Okay.
got everything I need for my spells.
Okay. Yep, you're able to do that. All right. Let me grab my dice real quick. So I can kill your horses with it.
Yay!
Goats. Goats.
Yeah.
Kill the goats.
Yes.
Let's name one Black and name the other Philip.
My setup has changed
Hey.
every time we've played, by the way.
It just. I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Common magic item, hole
Uh-huh.
of collapsing. It's basically like a 1 foot rod that turns into a 10-foot pole.
Right. Could not buy that. No, would not be.
Could
for
not
sale.
buy that.
No, wouldn't be for sale here. Maybe in a larger city, but not here. The only things you could probably find here are like some basic healing potions, like the lowest level ones.
Shit, we probably should have bought some of those. Oh well,
and things like that.
Oh well,
You still could.
fine.
You still could. You haven't
Everything
stepped
will
out
be
yet.
We haven't left yet.
If you want to spend some money, they're 50 gold each.
Nah, it's all right. We left.
Renmer's like, I don't need that. It's not like I'm gonna lose another foot.
It's not like it's a potion of regeneration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like something we'd actually need.
Oh, that troll potion.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yes, homebrew setting, fellowship.
Yay.
So you guys are suited up now. Who is going to control the horses? Who's the one sitting in the high spot to keep the horses under control?
My animal handling is +1.
Meek wants to, but her animal handling is -1, so that doesn't last long.
I'm competent at handling animals and navigating and all that stuff, so I can steer the cart.
Garrick's like, if it's anything to do with not swinging a sword, I can do it.
Yeah, I seem to remember he has a higher wisdom than Eva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Garrick could be sitting in the high chair, basically, and everyone else will be sitting in the back, kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's enough room if someone wants to sit next to him as well. So it's like a bench seat that 2 people could sit on if they wanted. Okay, so you guys
probably want to be near the horses, right?
Yeah, I probably would be sitting next to him just because it seemed like the more fun place to sit next to him.
How does Meek feel after having a bath? 'Cause
Probably,
that probably
like,
took place before we left.
yeah, and probably rejuvenated. Like, oh, I thought this was going to be terrible, but that actually was pretty nice.
okay.
Good.
So you guys step out, and you, like I said, it's a straight shot south. It's just a long road. That's a little rough. So, first day is completely uneventful. And the only reason you guys probably stop is you find a good spot to pull off the road and actually make a camp. A spot that some trees are cleared out enough so that you could, pitch a couple tents and maybe a fire. So you're able to do that. Is there anything you guys want to do before sleeping? What's this? Pupper's digging. What? Oh, the dog in the background or something?
I muted my mic, but probably was too late. Oh, there she goes. She laid down.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
She got her spot. Oh,
I know. She needed to dig her spot.
poor baby.
I saw Tom over here grinning ear to ear. I was like, what is going on?
I had to mute my mic. I was laughing.
Well, so in relation, your head is really small. Tom's head is the biggest on my screen. So I'm drawn to
Right
his
there.
head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can barely see the dog. So, all right. So, is there anything you guys want to do before resting?
No, I don't have anything in particular I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I can think of.
All right. First night is uneventful. Seems like all of you fell asleep without watching, but luckily nothing happened. The next morning, you're able to get up and get going again. It's a nice day from what you can tell through the trees. The road's still rough. You're talking about growth of 3-4 feet sometimes. In spots where it's more shaded, the road's a little bit easier. Again, uneventful though. You get to a spot where you can rest. Once again, anything you want to do before your rest or during your rest or
Set watches?
good idea.
Did we hire those guys?
Yeah, we hired those guys to watch
Yeah.
for us.
Oh, okay. You did
Yeah,
bring them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry,
what
then yes.
what did we need to pay them? Because we were going to just pay
Sure.
them outright rather than a portion of the loot.
Yeah.
So we're talking probably minimum 6 days time because it's a 3-day travel, 3-day back.
Okay.
They would probably want at least 100 gold.
Okay, it's
Wow.
25 each again.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They going
I mean,
first.
They haven't worked for 2 weeks. They're
Yeah.
desperate.
That's 25 each. That's
not too bad. We could do that just for the
Yeah.
added security.
That's
Derek's like,
that's
"Come on."
half a spell scroll. Come on, man.
Hey, and if they die first, we just get that money back.
Well,
So
remember, we were talking about having them just guard the horses, though, not having to go into the place and fight. So essentially, watch the camp. I think 100 gold for camp watch. I would try to negotiate that down.
Okay.
That seems like.
Roll a persuasion check. Everyone else was fine with it. Garrick was the one that was persuading, though.
I have
16.
I'm not
16.
the one.
16. All right, you're able to talk him down to like 50 gold.
Okay, that's doable. I'll pay 13.
To what?
50 gold total.
50 gold total.
Yeah, so 2 of us can pay 13. The other 2 can pay 12.
I'll pay 13.
That's.
All right, cool.
I think that's fair. But we're just gonna have them essentially watch the camp and do guard duty at night so that we can all rest properly.
Okay. Yep, they're willing to stay up and be delirious just to sound the alarm kind of thing. Okay, no problem then.
Okay.
Okay, so the next day, like I said, goes
As a
pretty-
response to chat, I don't think we actually brought any alcohol on this trip.
Yeah, I think we
Garrick
drink. We
Adventure
probably
Soda.
have had all that wine that we got already.
Yeah,
Didn't he buy a barrel the first time and just this time he didn't?
We drank it all.
Yeah. Poor Garrick withdrawals.
Yeah. That's
Stayed
okay.
mostly
Well,
sober on the last adventure.
I tend to drink in town, not as much, or on a ship I'll drink.
I
But,
like Shirt to Kill's idea though. The drinking contest in the middle of the night, in the middle of the wilderness sounds awesome. It sounds like something a bunch of people would do.
We're professionals.
Yeah.
We're on duty.
All right. So yeah, the second day went pretty uneventful. The watch seemed to go fine. You guys wake up.
Seem to.
Yeah, it seemed to.
Okay.
So thanks for giving me an idea.
Are my hands bleeding?
All right, no hands bleeding. Everyone's good. All right, so the third day, you guys are heading out there, and you see the gate is open to the property. There's like just a lone gate, and because the trees are so like closely tight packed together, there's not really a fence right here, and so there's just the gate on the road. You couldn't, if the gate was locked, you couldn't like go around it like with your horse and your wagon, basically. How would you like to proceed to the gate?
Garrick, do you want to send Kraken to check this out?
Yeah, let's yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and send him ahead, just slightly in front of us to kind of go check things out and come right back.
Okay.
Just a flyby, I guess.
Sure. Flying overhead, you're able to see through his eyes for 100 feet, you said, correct?
Some distance. I don't have it right in front of me. I can
No worries.
figure it out though. But yeah, there's some distance ahead. It's relatively close though that I can see.
So when Kraken goes up, I'm assuming goes pretty high to give you a better view, as much as he can. And you can see where the lodges are. You can see there's armored men walking along a fence line.
And I'm basically just telling everybody what I'm seeing as I'm kind of like peering through his eyes and as long as he's within range.
There's like ditches that are dug, and there's like those posts that kind of can, like if a horse were to come up, it would spear it kind of thing. So that's kind of set all around the camp. But then even beyond that, there's another row of log like fences that stick straight up with spikes at the top. So it's still kind of hard to climb over the top. If you were to fall, you'd impale yourself kind of thing. You can see what looks to be about 20 huts around the lodges. The huts are all fairly new. Like and by fairly new, I mean they aren't as old as the lodges. They're not like built yesterday. There's looks like what would have been like the main lodge with like a nice wraparound fence that's built on, or porch that's built on it. And then there's like another building that looks like it is an outbuilding for horses. And there's a well on the property as well.
Okay.
And you see what looks to be, even women and children.
How many
around.
armored people did he see?
Around the fence, he saw about 4.
That's potentially doable.
They look like they're doing a patrol. They're kind of walking around the land. They're paying half attention. They're not really paying that much attention, to be honest. And they're doing it in groups of 2. They're just talking to each other and stuff. But on the property, I mean, you see what are clearly the bandits that you've seen before, even with mud in there. A couple guys are even putting mud in their armor as this is going on, around a little fire. There are, like I said, women and children traveling about.
That's terrible for the armor, Garrick. That's just awful. It's a maintenance nightmare.
Yes, it is. Okay. So
to be fair, it is leather.
Try a friendly approach, or do we want to go in blades drawn?
I can go talk to him.
With women and children in there, I don't feel like running in blades drawn is the way to go.
I agree.
So,
perhaps, and he's going to turn, Eva should make first contact, as you are the most agreeable of the group.
Meek just blinks.
I think Eva does too, because I think she was expecting something a little bit more backhanded. And I mean, nothing else is said, so she's like, all right, I'll go in first. So, yeah, okay.
I'll go right behind her, blades sheathed, just hands on the handles behind her.
I think her hand is to her belt too.
Okay. So you 2 are walking up front. You guys left the horses at the gate, correct? With the 2 guards?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you 2 are in the front, and Meek and Garrick are behind you, walking up.
Sounds good.
Sounds about right.
I think if I'm going to be there, I would rather be invisible.
Okay.
So I will stay well behind invisible, and I will send Kraken up with Meek.
Well, if you do that, and we're doing this kind of beforehand, do you want me to do that trick too? I can also be invisible if we want me to. Or should I stay visible?
Meek, you're adorable. Stay visible.
Stay visible? Okay. And with that, I will not use the spell slot on it.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's probably good. I think having a little bit of surprise on the outside is probably a good idea. So I will cast invisibility and kind of maintain my distance a little bit, but I'll send Kraken up with Meek.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll trail a little bit behind them, but I'll be like I'm part of their group, But I'll just let them take the lead.
Yeah, I'm walking behind Eva as like silent muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see if they spot you. Okay. So as you guys are walking up, you see 2 guys who are walking between like I don't know what they're called, pikes, I guess, and the fence. They're like in between the 2, or the ditches and the fence. And they yell, halt! Who goes there? And they draw their longbows on you. And as they do this, You actually can see a couple spots along the fence that Garrick did not see, but there's a couple people pop up with bows there too. So there's about 5 bows drawn on the 3 of you right now. Obviously, they don't see Garrick.
These are.
They look like the bandits. They're hooded, light armored, with bows.
Okay.
Who goes there?
No one of consequence.
Turn around now. What do you need? Do you have a delivery for us?
Depends. Who's asking?
Oh, you would know. You came on our lands.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think you might have something belonging to a friend of ours.
What are you talking about?
Did we say Meek stayed visible?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like standing behind you.
Meek?
Yeah.
You're so adorable. I love it.
Yeah. What?
What? And now I've lost my accent. Fuck.
Sorry.
I'm gonna like reach a hand back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have any face huggers?
Yeah, I do. Let me and I get in my pouch and I get more very, very smelly remains because it's been a while now.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. But no, I would have kept them and it's just slimy and
Gross.
mold growing on them and I'll hold it up.
The guy says, what is that?
You don't recognize it?
No, not at all.
Now, Juice.
Yep.
These are the bandits that attacked the caravan, yes?
I don't know. You talking about the first caravan?
Yeah.
Like the thing that Pieter was talking about? They
like
look
those
exactly
guys, right?
like the ones that, yes, had the stick bugs
Okay.
in them. Yep.
Okay.
Dressed the same. Yes.
Okay, cool. So, you mean these things didn't attack your friends about 2 weeks ago?
I do not know. What are you talking about? I've never seen those things in my life.
The caravan you attacked 2 weeks ago?
Yes, we lost some.
Mhm.
What do you know about that?
It was these things.
And how do you know about all this? What is going on? I don't. Surrender now. Drop your weapons and you can come forth.
I turned around to Renner and be like, they really are dumb.
I am something of an expert on that subject, and yes, they are.
Is that because you're an Ohio State fan, or?
Nah, it's
Oh.
No. That just makes me an expert on winning.
Oh boy.
Cheating too. Okay.
The Houston Astros.
Since when is
Yeah, that
scoring
too.
more points cheating?
Well, I don't know. When you take money from NFL agents that are best friends.
Y'all.
Your defensive end.
Y'all.
Yeah, to pay for his first summer.
Guys.
No,
You mean the
that's
trip
a
to Jamaica with his
whole nother
girlfriend or
discussion.
something?
Y'all.
Covering expenses during summer camp is a whole nother.
God damn it.
Tom, we'll do this afterwards. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As a former NCAA athlete, I have some thoughts on this.
All right. So they seem confused by your questioning because they were not aware that anybody knew of what was going on. They tell you if you drop your weapons, you can come in beyond the fence and they will get somebody to talk to you.
That's not going to happen. We will talk to you armed.
Is that all you're here for? Is to ask about the bugs?
We wanted to inquire what exactly happened, as several of your fellows appeared to have been felled by these bugs, and we dealt with the aftermath of this.
As you guys are talking, one guy who clearly seems to outrank him smacks him on the head and tells him to get down. Who are you?
Are you the manager?
What'd you say?
I said, are you the manager?
I was like, what?
We Karen'd our way to the manager.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. What do you need?
I am Renmore Garome, and we are here attempting to get answers. We were on the road east.
You're talking about the original time?
Yeah, the original
East.
road.
Yep.
Yeah.
East. We encountered several fellows wearing your particular
Muddy clothes.
that, and they were under the influence of mind-controlling insects. They seem to no longer be alive, as our friend.
I'd hold it up.
What are those?
And we were wondering what exactly happened.
To be honest, I don't know. I know that our group didn't come back that day.
So nobody returned from that particular mission.
He's kind of stumbling over his words. Like, you can tell he doesn't really want to talk about it. But you're not quite sure why. What is your reasoning for wanting to know about this?
We have several, as we are from the town, but we wanted to ascertain the exact events that led to your people being in the enthralling of a powerful mage.
I mean, we have people that defend our encampment, if that's what you're asking about. I don't know why.
They were far afield of your encampment. They were several days north and east of here.
Maybe they were protecting some travelers or something and got caught up in something. I can't say what was going on there because I was not part of it.
Do you regularly offer protection to travelers?
Anything for some coin, sure.
Have you come across any documentation that travelers may have lost?
If anything has come into our hands, we are not at liberty to discuss. You are not the proper authorities for such questioning.
Proper authorities, and I turn to Eva. Like, who would be the more proper authority to discuss this with?
We were given something from the dude, from the guy. The fuck was his name? The one who called you a liar.
Pieter?
No, the
Didn't he give us something that basically said, yes, we carry the authority of the town guard or whatever?
I don't think so. I know who you're talking about, but I don't think he gave us anything other than just
Talking about Jagger?
Sure.
The advisor to the mayor?
Oh, no, I was thinking more along the lines of the mayor. Jagger's just a dick.
Were you given something? I don't remember.
What I was asking.
I don't have anything written down about it. Maybe
it's been 2 weeks.
I don't think so. I think they just gave us money to do it.
Yeah.
No, his name wasn't Jagger. It was Lebowski. He's the dude.
That is the dude.
Thank you, Shrewd. Thank you. All right. Anyway. Okay. Well, in that case. Well.
So you came here asking about stuff falling into our hands, but you want to know about what we're doing with our...
Did no one return from that protection? He's loading that word up. Mission to the northeast.
I don't remember if anyone returned or not.
I'm gonna incite the shit out of that.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Roll it.
Meek is gonna make mistakes and yell something out, and it's gonna be like, My brother was a part of that group, and we went to look for his body, and he wasn't there. So I just want to know is my big brother back? He doesn't look like me. He looks like just a normal human. Like I was a strange child, but I love him still the same. Is he here?
Would you get Eva?
That was a dirty 20.
So you can tell he's clearly lying. He's holding back whatever he can, for whatever reasons.
All right, listen. What is your name?
He declines telling you.
Fine.
Just know that I'm in charge here.
Fine, whatever. In charge.
Are you here to pay us?
There are more of these out there. These little things that climbed into your men's brains and killed them.
And are you here to fix that?
We would like to.
In a way.
But you have to cooperate a little bit.
Well, you claim they're associated with some wizard, and you tried to associate us with this wizard. I don't understand. Why would we
simply asking questions?
let that happen?
Yep. The people under the enthralling of the wizard wearing your colors were attacking people on the roadside. Your group has been labeled bandits. So perhaps you wish to work with us to change the view of this encampment.
You see another guy who's not dressed in armor or anything. He steps up to the wall and whispers something to the captain. It's not. He whispers something to the captain. Who's up front? Eva?
Yeah.
Just give me a intelligence check.
Just straight
intelligence.
That'll be a 16.
So he looks familiar to you. You recognize him as probably the guy who got away from when you got into that little fight when Renmer's father was there. He looks like the one who got away.
That got away.
God damn it. No.
And he whispers something in the ear of his leader before stepping back and kind of taking one quick glance and then getting down off the wall. Garrick, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I sent you a PM. I just wanted you to know.
Oh, on Discord?
Yep.
Okay. Let me pull that up.
Does the leader say anything to us after the other one stepped up to talk to him?
He's kind of looking at you, sizing you up at the moment. He tells you right now, you guys should leave before things get ugly.
Why would they get ugly? We're just asking questions.
That's menacing as you're like messing with a knife in real life.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Eva? Sorry.
I said, why would things get ugly? We're just asking questions.
Because you're not wanted here.
Oh, really? Who says?
How far are we from them?
I would say within 80 feet. 3 of you are within about 80 feet of the gate.
And how many of them did we say there were, though? Because there was 4 that we saw. And
right now, there's 6 that are... There's 2 on the ground. And there's 3 on the wall, one of them being the boss man.
I'm going to lean into it. Like, if we withdraw now, we could likely come back at a more opportune time if they're not willing to talk.
Suppose you're right. And she'll call out to the guy that she's been addressing. Tell your little friend there was nothing personal. You would react the same if someone was attacking your family member.
You're right. I would. And he kind of the boss steps down. And when he steps down, 2 more guys with bows take his place. So now there's
And they're
4
still
on the
aiming at
wall,
us.
and there's 2 down below on the ground.
Okay. Very well. We shall depart. But should you ever choose to solve this mystery, you know where to find us. I'm sorry. It's like I've been trying not to bite my fingernails, and instead of doing that, I've been just fidgeting with whatever
Instead, she's
happens to be
threatening the
there.
DM.
And now,
Yeah.
now I'm rocking my pocket knife.
Yeah.
I can't leave
Public.
without it.
Mhm.
Like I'll sit there and fidget with it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop biting my fingernails. I promise there's a reason for this.
It's all right. I drink a lot of water when I run games.
I've started bringing it to my other D&D games too, and they've all made similar comments. They're like, "That is menacing as shit. Are you okay?"
Yeah.
She's our
No,
serial
I'm
killer.
having withdrawals.
Okay. So you guys are standing there. You're retreating back. What are you doing?
Let's pull back.
Okay.
I'm going to continue standing there and just trying to spend the next, I'd say about 45 minutes watching what's going on and trying to listen to as many conversations as I can, staying completely still.
Okay. So when your friends leave, some of the stuff you can overhear in that 45 minutes is, well, we might have to move again. And you can kind of overhear the guys. The 2 on the ground must always be guards because you can kind of overhear them saying stuff like, well, that's, I guess, what happened to them. I was wondering why our numbers have been dwindling lately. And but that's about all you can discern in about 45 minutes. The other 3, what are you guys doing once you get back to the wagon?
Maybe going a little bit a ways, but staying close enough that we know Garrick can get back to us, and we're within like eye range that Garrick can see kind of where we've set off a little.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess just trying to maintain not necessarily like stuck in place, but I'm only really going to move when I'm sure that there's clear place to move and there's no one immediately around me, and otherwise I'm just going to be trying to get as much information on the layout, taking information on who's where, what they're armed with, try to take a look at supplies that are being stored, jobs that are being done, anything I can gather up that might be useful in the next 45 minutes or so. And then when I feel like I've gotten about as much as I can, I feel like roughly about 45 minutes has gone by, I will slowly make my way out to my companions.
So the walls are like 15 to 20 feet. So you can't really see up over the walls.
Okay.
When you try to go up and peek through, it looks like there's more than just the wall. Like obviously they have stuff built along the walls on the inside, blocking like view looking between logs and stuff. So you can't really see. Basically it's a large circular area. Probably a couple acres, 2 acres fenced in, I would say. And all around it is this ditch, this protective ditch with like pikes in it. There, you noticed basically there's 4 patrolling guys, the 2 that were on the front, and then the other 2 that are walking around. But then there's guys up on the wall that once you get up close, you can really see them. They're in like these little spots that provide a little bit of cover for them. So even if it's like raining or something, they're kept dry.
Okay. I want to make sure anyone that's up on the wall that's sort of to the outside, I want to study them very, very closely, so that if the need arises, I could quickly disguise myself as one of them.
Okay. Like their face, you mean?
Yep, their face, their mannerisms, how they talk, especially the people that are up on the wall. Every time they look out, I'm just really concentrating on them. So when I cast, disguise self, I could make a really good impersonation of them.
Okay. They're not There's no one for them to talk to up on the wall unless they kind of say anything in passing to the ones on the ground. But they're extremely alert now. You guys have alerted them to your presence. I would say too, towards the end of this watch, they actually send the two guys who had stopped and were watching you. They kind of send them out towards the gate to ensure that nobody's coming back.
Okay.
And they would probably lock it as well. You see about, I would say, 6 guys that are perched on the wall. The guys on the wall, when you see them, they have longbows. It appears that they might have a longsword too. If you're able to get a better look at any of them, you'll see a longsword. You probably would have saw long swords on the guys who were on the ground as well. Basically,
right.
they're equipped the same.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, then once I'm pretty sure I've gotten everything I can get, I'll head back and share what I know with the others.
Okay.
That's good. That's very, very good. I feel they appear unrepentant about what they've done. They appear to be only putting up a very superficial sort of guise for it. They should be dealt with.
Well, I mean, I can certainly try to get more information, but if I'm going to get more information out of them, we'll have to decide if that's something that we feel like we're confident assaulting, or if we want to leave them where they're at, but or maybe go back and notify the others of what we found. But it sounds like if we notify them, they might be on their way out to leave. So
could we wait until night and use some of your spells to get inside of their fortress before they knew we were there?
Oh, I have multiple ways to get inside.
I have spells.
Then perhaps that's the route we take.
Between Meek and I, we can all be invisible. It's just a matter of who can be quiet. If it doesn't matter if you're invisible, if you're clunking around. So heavy armor is not really the best for sneaking into an encampment.
Yes, that is a fair point.
But I do have an idea. Let's see here. Well, no, that wouldn't work. I can't change your appearance though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I have invisibility, and then I do have disguise self, but that's like the only 2 spells that I really have that could help out.
Yeah, I can disguise self and invisibility. I mean, we could make them invisible. Just I don't know how useful that's going to be. Like I said, if we're going to be loud when going in there, but it might give us, enough time to sneak in and ambush. But that's going to be a challenge.
I mean, it would take some really good rolls, but if one of us could go invisible, get in there, just find the papers and get out. I don't know how plausible that is.
Some justice needs to be done here. They are unrepentant bandits. There should be some penalty for this.
Well,
I have fire.
That would be preferable.
Yeah, if we wanted to fight, the time to fight was, essentially when we were in there. because we still had, we could have started melee and then had the element of surprise with a good sleep spell placed on the wall can
We were
take out
80
several
feet
archers.
away. That would have ended poorly for us with the number of archers they had.
Yeah.
We could at least at night
Well,
try to sneak up to the wall, and then even if we're allowed getting in, at least we're there. Maybe.
Agreed.
I don't know.
yeah.
But we have to get through a gate. That's the thing.
Climbing a wall isn't an easy enough task.
Mm.
If I could make a distraction
I
and
wonder
you guys could be invisible, well, I could make a distraction.
If we could cause a ruckus outside that they came and investigated, or like a fire or something.
If I could make a distraction and you guys could be invisible, maybe I could make it so you could essentially sneak in. Make enough noise to make it easier for you to sneak in. Once you're inside, though, we'd be sitting at the same situation. You'd have to take them out. The problem is if we spend all of our...
The difference is once we're inside the walls, they are in reach of my swords.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's it's going to be a challenge no matter what. Especially if we're using a lot of our spells to make everyone invisible. That's a lot of spells. So,
I would be content in punishing their leader and gathering the documents and leaving.
We wouldn't necessarily have to make all of us invisible. Really, we'd only need to send one person into the walls.
Well, no, I mean, but you'd need to be able to get up close enough that once the distraction goes down, you'd be able to rush in. So.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I could easily make a distraction that would get everyone's attention. And then I pull out a golden blonde hair.
Oh?
Oh, remember the one that was captured? I can just take his appearance and come running up, screaming, beaten, naked, like I just escaped from prison.
Oh.
Do you want to be that close to them?
I don't have a problem with it. It wouldn't take me very long. I just have to make enough of a commotion that I could come up running and screaming and get you guys to the point where you can get in. That's where I was thinking the invisibility would be handy.
That
would
be helpful.
I don't know. Can I don't think I can cast it on anyone other than myself. I don't have high enough spell slots.
What's that?
Because invisibility, it has to be when you're using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, and I am only at 2nd level spells.
No, you can touch anyone. 3rd level or higher, you can cast it on more people.
But that's what I'm saying is I can cast it on me or someone else, but I can't make multiple, so it would only be
right.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could essentially, we could cast one invisibility on somebody. I could cast one. You could cast one. That's 2.
Well, I'm pretty sneaky, so I could cast it on a less sneaky person, and then I just take my chances making a stealth roll.
I would probably be the next most sneaky.
I am the last sneaky.
Yes.
Well, then I could cast my invisibility on you, and then we just try to sneak up to the wall, and then you get that gate open, and then we'll be there to fight, basically to get in there. Because basically you're doing this so that the gate opens, right?
Yep.
And then we plan on fighting, not trying to deceive them. Is that correct?
I just don't want to eat 4 rounds of archers trying to get to the wall.
I mean, we could do that.
Could we?
I mean, but we'd still have to attack everyone inside. My thought is the diplomatic approach would be the way to go, but maybe we need to be a little bit more heavy-handed with the diplomatic approach. But I also don't want to sit there babbling at a wall for 2 days.
So my thought is the three of us, Garrick stays behind at first. At night, the three of us try to get to the wall and be stealthy. And then I could send a message to you using message, or you could just see us over there and watch us. And once we're at the wall, that's when you go up and try to get into the gate. That would be...
Yeah, I think if
thought.
we do negotiate, it'll
Yeah.
vastly improve our position if we're inside the walls.
I just would hate for even Garrett, you to go up there and I mean, you could get into the walls and maybe try to find the papers and get back out to us if that you want to try that instead. But the thing with that is then you could be alone in the walls with everyone as a wizard. And that could be bad too.
So well, that's where my original thought of maybe being able to get someone inside invisibly. Maybe if you wanted, the others could maybe get up to the doors. I could try to get in through that. Maybe you could be invisible. And then once I've distracted them and tried to pull everyone kind of like into one building where maybe the archers and people aren't concerned about their arms, then you could open up the door and let the others in.
That would work.
Do that.
I'm willing to try it.
That is though Renmer at a disadvantage check to stealth to the wall though.
That should be, if everyone's in it should be okay.
Mm-hmm. Is that at disadvantage? Because what kind of armor are you? Yeah, you are.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
I like Shroot's idea. Fireball would do the right trick about now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't do that yet, but eventually I will. Yeah.
How many of these guys do you have to kill to get one more level?
Oh, what if we set the woods on fire outside the walls?
I mean, we could do that, but I don't know.
Dragon's breath on Kraken.
I don't know
We can
how
set
much
everything
they would
on fire.
care, though.
God.
That's the thing.
Rafe it with fire.
So are we doing this like Game of Thrones season finale kind of thing? Just burn it
we
all
can
down?
Now
with quizzing?
listen, I was saying that as Courtney, not as Eva. She does not stand for that.
Yeah. Burn the forest.
I mean,
Well,
women
Eva's
and children,
possessed by
women
Courtney,
and children
so-
run quickly.
Yeah.
Part of
Look,
Eva's new abilities.
The problem that we have, we have women and children in there. We can do something, but if what we do comes down to a fight, we need to make sure that we're essentially trying to make it so that they're a little bit more willing to give up, I'd say, than necessarily trying to slaughter everybody. But
Taking out the leader seems to be the ideal path. If we slay him, I feel that justice will have been served, and the rest of them may be more inclined to deal with us. He seemed to be the most obstinate.
Oh, we have those other two guys too. Hey guys.
Oh, what? We were sleeping. What's going on?
Go back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
No. You
Wake
two
up!
you two might have some insight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what would you like?
Trying to think of how to get in there.
Have you tried knocking the wall down?
Well, we've considered fireball.
That would work.
Thinking more of a subtle approach.
Walk up and see if they're willing to let you get as close as possible. And then fireball them. I don't know.
What if we... Well, no, because we already talked to them. I was going to say, if Garrick changed his appearance into that guy and we brought him up, like, oh, we have him as, this is our new card. We have him as a prisoner or something. And try to talk to them that way. I don't know.
Can you sneak in at night over the wall?
I could probably. There's trees and stuff fairly close to the walls, right?
No,
rather an open
not close
road.
to the wall.
Damn it!
It's more clear on the front here, though. Like, you can get closer on the sides and in the back.
Okay.
Because they have that ditch. Once you get to
Yeah.
that ditch, there's like... And even... I mean, they've shaved the trees back a little bit to make this fort.
Yeah.
And so they could, stop people from getting right up on them first.
Yeah.
What's the chat think? Any ideas other than fireball? I like the dragon breath on the bird, too. That sounds cool.
I do too. Yeah.
Mhm. That sounds like a good time.
Now,
Threaten me.
can anybody ride the bird?
I mean, enlarge the bird.
Yeah.
Can you all ride the bird?
I don't have that. That's one of my favorite spells, but I don't get it as a paladin.
Oh, hire an ogre battering ram.
Ogre battering ram.
Let's
Renmer's
go.
half of that.
Yeah.
Getting, I don't
Kind of.
think getting in is going to be the problem. I think the getting in part would be easy. It's just a matter of, do we want to go in trying to kill everybody, or do we want to go in and essentially, try to say, now look, we can do this the hard way or the easy way. We just need these papers, and then, if we get them, we head out, or, do we get in and just basically gang up on the leader, and once he's done, then we make that offer, or what? And we don't know if we kill the leader.
I'm
Maybe
okay with offering the deal, and then if they don't, killing the leader and offering the deal again. But I think whatever the situation, we need to be inside the walls. Outside the walls, we have very little power. Once we're inside the walls, we become a much greater threat and thus are able to dictate terms.
One of your guards says, why
I
not
mean,
cast
no,
sleep on one of the guards and then
enlarge
right there?
Renmer and have Renmer strength check the wall down. He's got that iron foot. That iron
This is
foot's got to weigh
acceptable.
800 pounds. I mean, if we really want to come in, we can just say,
Go, Power Rangers.
yeah, we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way. I mean,
it's Power Renmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the new plan, and let's go with this. Like right now,
I
want
feel
to
like this enlarged Renmer thing is becoming a thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it.
That's why I took
That
it.
sounds fun.
That's I figured enlarge Renmer would be a fun.
I got
a
my
fun thing
dice
to
ready. Let's do this. I'm down.
Let's fucking go.
Let's wait till sundown, and I'm booting that wall down.
Renmer smash. That's what Shroot said.
Yeah, we can. Now the other thing is too, if we wanted, I could try to get in there, and then when everybody's in there, you guys can get in, and then once you're, if Meek came in invisibly and just snuck in, I distract everybody, get them in with my my tale of how I escaped and what happened. If everyone's curious and wants to come see what happened to me, then if she just opens the door and Renmer comes in, then I don't have to waste that spell on that. Then Renmer, at that point, you guys can get up there and I can just cast the spell on Renmer and he can just go big and start smashing everything.
Let's do it.
But you could do it to smash the door down too. I'm just thinking that we have other options for getting the door down, and then Meek actually doesn't even have to go doesn't have to lose her invisibility to let you in. So that's her position too. So
Let's go smash the wall.
Oh, you want to smash the wall? Okay.
Let's smash the wall.
You like smash the wall?
Smash the wall.
All right.
So you guys are going to try and sneak up to the wall, then cast the spell, and then knock it down. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's all sneaking up to the wall?
I think
Clearly,
all,
Renmer. You're all
right?
doing it?
All of us
Okay.
want to go, right? Yeah.
Okay. And then Garrick, how far back are you staying? Are you being up there with him as well?
We're waiting until nightfall.
I'm-
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we're waiting until nightfall,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it sounded like Paul was going to
I'm-
take the form of the kidnapped bandit.
All right. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to use my arcane recovery while we're sitting here discussing this stuff. I'd like to use that to essentially get back my second level spell slot. So I'm back to full.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just do that. And then that puts my that basically lets me recover that spell slot. So I'm back up to full. So I mean, my thought was all right, so let's do this.
Here, how about we take a quick break? I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm also gonna try and get it a little warmer in here because it's only 59 degrees, so freezing. But we will come back in about 5 to 10 minutes if you guys want to solidify a plan or go to the bathroom or whatever. Sound good?
Sounds good.
And then Shroot, I like the idea of ruling with an iron fist. I mean, prosthetic foot, same effect.
I'm fine with it. I'm down.
I
We
mean,
shall rule them with an iron
at this point,
fist.
Remor
We're
just
back, by
wants
the way.
to go do it. Do the damn thing, whatever the damn thing is.
Do the damn thing.
So whichever one it is, he's down to do it, but some justice needs to be dispensed, and he's ready to go dispense it. And he understands that field is a daunting gap to cross with archers shooting at you.
Mm-hmm. But I've got a pretty good idea on how to do this, so
he will follow Garrick's lead, as Garrick has largely proved to be reliable.
Okay.
All right. Well, if we're gonna go the a little bit more stealth sneak in route, it would involve Meek casting invisibility on somebody. I mean, she could cast invisibility on Renberg because he's going to have the disadvantage for sneaking in, so it might make it a little bit easier for him to essentially sneak in.
So, okay. So while you guys are saying all this, just the mercenaries are like, well, it is nighttime. I mean, they're not going to see you real well. Are you sure you want to do invisibility? The sound would be more important in my opinion, but that's just my 2 cents.
I've got a way to take care of the sound. So
if you have a way to take care of the sound, then that would negate Renmer's.
I've got a good idea. I'm just trying to make it so that someone can get in behind me. Well, no, actually, it should probably be Meek casting herself so she can get in behind me in case they close the gate up behind me and open the gate.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Oh.
And then as soon as she opens the gate, Renmer and Ava, who are, just essentially just outside of range, just enough to watch the gate, they just, as soon as they see that gate open, they book it and charge.
Yeah.
That's my thought right now.
Renmer's gonna book it?
Renmer and Ava, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Renmer and Eva are gonna remain outside.
Oh,
Garrick's gonna
Renmer,
run in as this other dude.
We've got 2 horses. Renmer could ride a horse up there.
That's true.
That's actually quite true.
Which one is he riding, Nike or Reebok?
Actually,
which one
technically, they can both ride horses right up through the gate. I mean, there's nothing stopping them both from riding horses right up through the gate. That gets them in there quickly.
Yeah, it does.
So,
can we do a little bit of? Oh, Meek definitely bought thieves' tools like she meant to when she was in town. I am proficient in it, and I didn't mean to buy them, but I didn't say it because I didn't think about it.
Well, I told you guys you didn't have to tell me.
Okay.
So if you wrote it down and sent me the message, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did in time for the game.
Exactly what I did.
Okay.
I've had my list of stuff to buy down for a while, so. All right.
Yeah, I had stuff, but I didn't actually write it down because I had disguise kit and thieves tools because I am proficient in those things, but I didn't have them. So I was like, once I get money, I should get those things.
Okay, so I'm going to leave a rope with the cart, and I'm going to tell the guards if any prisoners come up and surrender themselves that they are to tie them up and guard them, basically make sure that they stay here and make sure that they don't struggle away. And that's pretty much where I think we'll leave the guards, and then these 2 can get on horses, and then I think Meek and I can start working on the opening up the gate part.
Okay. So you're going to approach disguised as the one guy you said?
Yep.
Okay.
With a
looking
slight
all tattered and stuff, right?
With a slight alteration. Looking like hell, essentially.
Okay.
One slight alteration though. I want to have no tongue. I want to make it look like they cut my tongue out and burnt it off.
Okay.
So that way I can scream and mutter incoherently and then point inside of my mouth, and when they see that, they'll know why I can't talk to anybody.
Gotcha. That's pretty clever. I'll give you inspiration on that one. That's pretty clever.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. So you start walking towards the gate, and as you do, you see a couple of the guards kind of prop up on the wall with flaming arrows.
Yep. Two prep spells before that, though. Mage armor, just because, I should really have that. And then comprehend languages as a ritual just before we start, just in case they try to use thieves' cant or something else I don't understand. I'd at least understand it.
Oh, okay. Is that none of those are concentration?
No. Comprehend languages will last for 10 minutes. Comprehend languages last for 1 hour. Sorry. Disguise self lasts for 1 hour. And mage armor lasts for 8 hours. So, and none of them are concentration.
Okay, cool. So as you start coming up to the fence, they're like, "Halt! Who goes there?" Just like they did previously.
And I go, and I start pointing towards my mouth, and I'm just kind of crawling up the door, like I'm just weeping. I'm so happy to see them.
So as you're about halfway between like the gate and there, because I would say you went around the gate, right? Because the gate was locked. So as you kind of get halfway, they shoot the arrows, but not at you, more like to the side so they can see you better. But it does come across as like warning shots.
I get a little bit closer to the arrow, and I get my face right up by the fire, and I point towards my face, just laying on the ground, and just muttering incoherently, just kind of coughing and hacking and crying, sobbing intensely.
Gate! Open the gate! He yells, "Open the gate!" The one guard like kind of runs down and starts running out to you, and kind of grabs you, puts one arm under your arm, and the other one kind of grabs your arm. He tries to help you, like, walk. And are you all right? Are you all right? Just squeeze my hand if you're okay.
And I squeeze his hand, but then I just hold his hand, and I just hug his hand, and I whimper.
We need to get you in. We need to find out, if there's anything you need to be tended to.
Well, you're distracted by him. I'm gonna use the opportunity. I don't want anyone in the gate, but like as they're going in and they're like focused on him, I'm gonna slip in. Invisible.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll. Mm-hmm. I know you're invisible, right? Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be just yelling my brains out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't mess me up again. Not bad. That is 18.
Yeah, no problem. You get in, no problem at all. Don't worry, the difficulty was very low. So you get in pretty easily. Garrick, they kind of take you what looks to be the main lodge room. When they get you there,
as long as Kraken is on her, as he's perched on her shoulder, he could be on her and be invisible too.
Oh, okay. So you can see a couple other bandits follow you guys into the lodge. You can see it through Kraken's eyes, and you get in. And when you get in, you can see they've converted this into barracks. There's like bunk beds, like 3 up, all across the room, with footlockers at the base of each one. And as they kind of sit you down, they're like, "All right, sit down, just hold on a moment." You see what appears to be like a nurse come in and start looking at you. Now,
I just start coughing and sobbing and crying, and I'm just like hugging everybody's hands, and I point at my mouth and just kind of stick my stumpy tongue out and wiggle it around and just let everybody get grossed out. It doesn't look fresh. It looks like it's cauterized, and it's been a little while.
So she this is a he. He looks at it and he's like, "There's not a lot I can do about that." Oh man.
And I just start sobbing uncontrollably and hugging him.
Why would they do this? I don't understand why they would cut his tongue out. A couple guys are talking like, "This is gruesome. Like, we don't even do this to people." And,
I'm gonna get somewhere where.
And I shake my head. And then I start mimicking out like someone standing there, and then kind of talking at me, and then me, and then they stick there and they talk at me, and kind of like stick my tongue out, and like I bit my own tongue off to keep from talking.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And then I hold out my hands, and I'm just like, and I just start falling down to the ground and crying, like they were beating me as I laid there bleeding and bit my own tongue off, and they just beat me into the ground. And I just start sobbing and hugging the person's feet next to me.
Get a hold of yourself, man. Jeez. It's not like this is the first time you've been beat. Gosh. Get up. Go get yourself some water or some stew at the fire. And he kind of like tells you to get out of the room, whereas the nurse is like, well, he's clearly experienced some terrible things. I mean, I don't know if we should just let him roam around.
I mean, and I just kind of nod and shake, and I just look at everybody, and then as I'm looking at each person, I kind of like I'm noting their face, I'm noting who they are, and noting what's going on. But if I end up seeing the leader, I just look at him, and I just look down and just look really depressed. I just look super sad, like I let him down.
So would you kind of you're leaving the lodge then, just like they asked then?
Yeah. If they're saying for me to get out, then I kind of get out of there.
So as you get out and you start walking towards the fire, you see what clearly looks like the leader from before, but there's another guy with him that looks like maybe equal rank or stature, the way everyone kind of treats him and stays away. There, as you're kind of walking over there, you do see some other guys are loading, like looks like they're taking loads of boxes and crates to the carriage house. As this is going on.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to get over to the fire. Meek, at the gate, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. So we're still wanting to get Eva and Renmer in there, right? That's what we discussed before.
Yep. So when the gate opens up, they can come running up.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna, as soon as we get in, make sure that I'm in a spot where no one could hear me, and I want to whisper a message for in 120 feet. It is not concentration, to Eva, and say, "We're both in the gate. If you head this way, I'm gonna try to unlock the doors real soon here." And so I'm gonna let you guys know that we're inside and that I'm working on the gate.
So I would relay that to Renmer, just saying, "Get ready."
Yep. I'm gonna make sure that I'm trying to stay. I'm gonna walk around kind of nervously and just kind of like holding my head and just kind of looking around. I'm gonna try to make sure I'm always staying within about 30 feet of the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so what does this gate look like? Did they lock it right back up?
It's just a board that holds it. It's really simplistic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could easily lift it up and budget for.
In that case, yeah, I'm gonna go over and again, kind of while everyone's attention was on Garrick when he first came in, trying to do that like as he was maybe like as he was like still in there, like trying to get this off already.
If I see that board start to move, I'm gonna point at the moon up in the sky or some other direction, like something up in the sky, and just shriek at the top of my lungs, pointing in the air, and then duck down like I see a dragon in the sky.
Okay.
The most horrifying thing I can imagine.
Yeah. And so then I will try to take that down.
As you're doing that, the guy who was tending to your wounds or trying to runs up to you, Garrick, and is like, "Are you okay? There's nothing up there. What's?" And his back is to the gate, like he can't see.
And I just start going. I point up in the air and I go like this, like I'm making a like flapping motion like a dragon. I point up in the air and I just cringe and scream again at the top of my lungs, just trying to make sure that everybody's everybody's attention is on me as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a couple of the guards that are near the captain or the leader yell over, "What is up with that guy? Like he's nuts. He's certifiably nuts. There's nothing going on up there. We've been staring at the sky all evening." And the captain says, "Oh, they must have did a number on him." And so you opened the gate, Meek?
Yeah, so I open the gate and then I'll take a few steps back, and where I feel like I'm comfortable like whispering again, I'll send another message and let them know the gate's unlocked. You can come in now.
Okay. Eva, Renmer.
And I'm going
Oh, sorry,
to
go ahead.
while I'm saying that, I'm going to grab the nearest one and say no 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 no, like no no no, look, and I'm going to point up, and then I'm going to start casting minor illusion, and I'm going to have the sound and the sight of a dragon off in the distance, just very, very small, because I can't make something very big, but I can make it look like it's a just small dragon flying around and then shrieking out and making a dragon sound.
And I'll go ahead just because it's telepathically, so it'll be in your head. I'm gonna send a message to you, Garrick, as well, just relaying. I told Eva and Renmer the gate is unlocked. I told him to come in. And so you have that information now too.
Okay.
So all of a sudden you hear the guard or the bandit guy who's with you, as well as the one who was tending your wounds, say, "Oh my gosh, he's right, dragon!" And like chaos ensues, and you hear a horn blow from the nearby fence, and like a couple guys come out of the barracks, like wielding weapons within seconds. And they kind of like stop and they put their bows up in the air and they're like waiting for whatever it is.
So I
hearing
feel like
that everyone's yelling dragon out loud.
Yeah. So like, I'm thinking like she sends Eva that first message, and then like within seconds that horn blows.
Yeah.
This is all kind of taking place at the same time. And so like once that horn blows, or like I was just taking a breath to say, Renmer, let's go. And that horn starts to go off. She's like, oh, that's as good a sign as ever. Off to you.
How does it look like anyone's still watching the approach?
Not really now. Like you guys can see the guys on the fence because they're lit by torches and stuff. They kind of start turning around and looking up in the air, actually.
All right, I'm going to spur the horse and just try to cover that gap as quickly as possible.
Okay. It will only take a turn, I'll say it's pretty quick. It'll be quick on the horse. I'll say one turn. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm gonna prepare a firebolt for as soon as they come through the doors.
All right. Cool.
Nice.
Eva's on a horse too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are able to get. I'll say you burst in through the gate, right? You're not going to stop at the gate. You're going in, right?
Kicking that gate open. Let's go.
All right. So you guys burst in, and as you burst in, the bandits they're already alert, right? So the chaos going on. When they see you guys on horses come in, they kind of turn their attention with the bows. Some of them do. Some of them are still trying to wait till the dragon in the sky comes within range.
Yeah.
But let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I will be right back because my dog keeps barking. Okay.
And I'm gonna have the two leaders go different than the regular bandits, just so you know.
That'll be 21 for initiative.
13 for me.
Okay. 21 for Eva. 13 for Renmer.
Okay.
All right. What did you get, Garrick?
11.
Okay. 11. What'd you get, Meek?
10.
Okay. Bandits get an 18, and their leaders get a 15. Okay. So Eva goes first, then bandits, then leaders, and then Renmer.
And
Okay.
I'm through the gate, yes?
Yeah, you guys
We are
are through the gate on horseback.
Yes.
All right, Eva, what are you doing as soon as you come through? You see bandits everywhere.
Surprise, bitch!
And
That's kind of what's happening right now. As they came through the gate, she drew the rapier, and so I mean, whatever gets in her way first.
yeah, you see a bandit on the ground. It's actually right next to Garrick. You
Okay,
want to swing?
I do.
And because you're on horseback, I'll give you extra damage if you hit.
Ooh, I think that's gonna hit. So that was a 16 on the die plus 4. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you hit.
All right.
Do an extra d6 damage.
Oh hell yeah, boy!
Because of the momentum of the horse sprinting.
Yeah. Can't remember what my damage is for a rapier. Does anybody?
I think it's a d8.
Is it a d8?
Plus dex for your modifier.
D8 extra d6. Oh, hello. 12 on the dice. 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
Yeah, so when you come in, you hit him in the head basically and just split it down the middle, like dropping him.
I'm going to shriek and cower.
As you do it, the one who was tending to you kind of does the same. He's not armed at all, and he just kind of cowers with you for a moment. But you see quickly, Garrick, he draws a dagger from his belt. All right. It is now the bandits' turn. There's a lot of them. There are what appears to be about 12 bandits in this area right now. And the 2 captains. So...
Minus the one I just obliterated?
Oh, sorry. 11 bandits. Here, let me make some notes.
Oh my god.
Okay, so...
Nope, still 12. Fuck!
No, it's 11.
Good.
But that's a total of 13 dudes.
Shit. Yeah.
None of the women and children are out in the open, by the way. They must all be
good.
sleeping at this point. All right, so you killed the first one. Okay, then there's leader and leader. Okay. All right, so Eva's getting 3, Renmer's getting 3 attacks. They're going to run up and try to attack you guys on horseback. Or, I'm sorry, not run up. They're going to shoot you with arrows.
Wow.
2 miss on Eva, 1 hits. Oh, okay. So you take 10 points of damage, Eva, from an arrow square in the chest. All right, 3 on Renmer. Arrows shot. What's your AC, Renmer?
17.
Okay, so only 1 hits you as well. That is 8 points of damage as it hits you square in the chest. All right. Then the other 6 are still holding their action for the dragon in the sky. The 2 captains actually step back and start moving towards the carriage house because that's the closest thing. And we cut over to... That was their turn as they move towards the carriage house. Cut over to Renmer.
I'm going to spur the horse after the captains.
Okay. Go for it.
So is that going to get me into range with them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys are flying on these horses.
Okay.
Now, is one of the captains the guy that got away?
No.
Okay.
I want to specifically find the one that was talking to us on the wall.
Okay, you could do that.
All right, I'm going to take a swipe at him.
Okay.
So, oops, that was cocked. That wasn't particularly good. That's an 11.
You will miss.
All right, I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Take another swipe at him.
Are you staying on the horse?
Yes.
Okay. So the horse kind of like stops right next to him, kind of?
Yeah,
thing?
it's a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
All right, and then I'm going to use... where am I? Hold on. I got to find my... I'm going to use superiority dice. I'm just not sure which one. I'm going to use superiority dice to create a distracting attack on him. So it's going to be a D10 and a D8, and the next person to attack him has advantage.
Okay.
And that is... Ooh, that's very nice. Hold on. I have to switch back to... That is going to be 19 damage on him.
That's good.
I kind of like ride after him. Does horseback grant me additional damage?
Yes. Extra D6.
That's 1 more damage. As Renmore kind of like rides after him and is like, Tyr's justice comes for you, bandit.
And that's with a what sword again?
That's a long sword.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of
And
slash him.
Horseback, I'm not going to take that extra. I'm not going to take the offhand attack on horseback.
Right, that makes sense. So when you slash him, you kind of knock him back a little bit to his butt, but he gets right back up. And yeah, we will then cut over to Garrick.
Okay. So how many archers are shooting at my friends on the wall?
That are on the wall?
Yeah, that are up, kind of up and away.
That are shooting at your friends.
Yeah, that are shooting at my friends.
I'd
I'm going to
say
ignore the
half
ones
of
that are
them,
looking at the
3.
dragon.
I'd say about 3.
How far away is the closest one?
I would say, I mean, like it's a 2-acre circle, so like everything's within that range, and I would say they're evenly spaced on the wall, and it's like every other one that's shooting. So, I mean, you're probably pretty close.
The closest one to where I'm at right now, is it like 30 feet or 60 feet?
Yeah, we'll say
100 feet.
We'll say 60.
60. Okay. All right. So I'm going to point and right at him and scream, and I'm going to be like trying to say, but you know, with the missing tongue, behind you, like behind you. And I'm going to run at him pointing like this. And as I'm doing it, I'm going to do mage hand, and I'm going to grab his quiver and dump it upside down. So it looks like someone invisible is trying to dump his quiver upside down.
Okay. I'll let that happen. So yeah, his quiver gets emptied.
Okay. That's mine.
All right, Meek, what are you doing?
So I was paying attention to the gate so that when they ran in, so as soon as they ran in, I would have just shot a fireball at the closest person to that gate, probably.
Okay. Yeah, there's 2 guys above you on the wall. So you're able to shoot one of them. That would probably make the most sense.
Okay, yeah, then I'll aim for them with a fireball. I dropped it. That's not the best, but before I use Favored by the Gods, does a 12 hit?
The ones on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Then I will use Favored by the Gods to add 2d4.
Okay. And then you will hit, because their AC is 14.
Okay, so that's 4 and 3, so there's my one of those. And that's gonna be 2 points of fire damage.
All right, so you blast him.
But I do that.
Your character reminds me of Jubilee from the X-Men cartoons. I'm just saying.
Oh, really? And that is not a concentration, so I stay invisible. And so I'm gonna shoot that, and then I'm gonna.
I think
no, you'll be seen.
Spell.
Really?
However,
casting a spell.
Did you roll with advantage because you couldn't be seen?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Roll with advantage because you were invisible.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah!
Then yeah, you didn't use your Favored by the Gods. So roll double damage dice. Instead.
Do you want me to roll again or use the 2 and just have
reroll.
it be
Reroll damage.
Reroll damage.
And roll it twice.
Roll
okay. Twice, add it up.
2d10.
I'm gonna take a picture of it because.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Nice.
Damage. Yeah.
What's max damage?
I'm gonna take a picture.
20 points.
10, so 20 points.
Oh yeah, you blast him off the wall through the little bit of fencing or whatever, and he falls outside of the.
Oh my god. Well fucking done.
Yeah, that's awesome.
As you do
on
that,
my birthday dice. Hey.
As you do that, you see the other guy on the wall like looks over at you now, and he looks terrified, and you hear him yell, "Demon!"
Oh yeah, Meek's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
God.
And so my invisibility drops, but I am gonna try to use my movement to just get somewhere where I'm not seen by arrows.
Sure.
If I can.
Yeah, you
Just
could basically go
myself.
underneath, like in the gate area.
Okay,
To be
then yeah, I'll
unseen
do
by
that and
guy.
like put my back up against it.
Yep. Okay. All right. We are back up to Eva.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna continue forward and take another swing at something.
Okay. You can do that.
That'll be a 17.
Hits.
Okay.
She's getting her tail.
7.
She's doing
You
circles.
don't add dex to the damage dice, do you?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so
Just not
that'll
proficiency.
be right, 11 damage.
All right. Oh, so close. So when you hit him, you knock the guy prone, but he's still going. That's your flaming sword thing, right? So it's fire damage. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, you knock him down, and you can hear him just like, ah!
Yeah.
And as you do it, he gets up. He is going to swing at you. He's going to draw a long sword and swing at you.
Will he have time to? I'm storming forward on this horse.
Oh,
It is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. I'll say
So,
no. I'll say
as
no.
he's running, I'm just swiping every which way.
So we've got 3 guys still shooting bows at you, though.
Okay.
2 of them are going to hit. 1 does not.
Shit.
9 points from 1.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm rolling really well.
Can he
9
stop?
points from the other. So there's
Can
18
you fucking
total.
stop? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
That hurts, bro.
I know. Renmer, you are getting attacked by the captain in front of you. He's just got a long sword that he's pulling out. And he only gets one attack.
Out of curiosity, what did those two roll?
On the on the damage die?
No.
6. Oh,
no,
okay.
on the for the attack rolls.
19 and 16 on the die.
My AC is a 17, motherfucker.
Yeah, but with the bonuses.
Oh,
it's a +3.
shit. Oh.
Yeah, so anyways.
Fuck.
Okay. So I just rolled a 15 plus 3. So 18.
That's the captain?
Yes.
Yeah, it hits.
He does 8 points of damage.
All right.
As he kind of slashes your thigh. Now, the other captain, though, is also right there. Yep. So he's going to attack you as well.
Oh, they're both right there?
Yeah, they were like by the fire together, and they both started moving towards the carriage. He misses, though. So he will miss you. Maybe.
I'm going to use superiority dice to riposte.
Okay.
That's a 3 on the dice, so nope.
All right. So then the guy who's up on the gatehouse is going to come, or actually he's going to stay up there, but he's going to shoot some arrows down. He can't.
One of them had his. One of them had their arrows dumped out too. Remember?
Yep. So the guy is shooting some arrows down by the gate, but he can't see Meek. So Meek, where you're standing, you see about 5 feet away from you, a couple arrows hit the ground, like trying to keep you back in there so you don't come out again. And yeah, that's all their turn. However, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bandits running around now. A bunch of them who are on the gate are now focusing down on the chaos on the ground, sensing that is the more immediate danger. And then the 2 guards are still trying, or the 2 captains are still kind of trying to back into the carriage house, away from Renmer a little bit. And it is now Renmer's turn.
Could I use my movement to dismount?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I'll say it uses all your movement. We'll get rid of it. We'll say it uses all your movement.
Yeah, I'm going to dismount into fighting range with both the captains, and I'm going to attack the wounded captain first with my longsword.
Smart.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yep.
All right, so that is max damage, so 14.
Oh, you drop him.
Fuck, boy.
However you want it to look.
The very last 3 inches of my blade just through the front of his throat.
Oh, beautiful.
Just like clean cut.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to turn to the other captain. I'm going to attack him with my bonus action. And that is going to be a 10 to hit.
Oh, yeah. Nope. So when you kind of swing, he kind of, pushes your short sword away with his long sword.
All right.
All right. And it is now Garrick's turn.
How far away is that captain from where I'm at?
You're probably about 15, 20 feet away at this point.
Okay.
Because you were moving towards the one guy on the wall, correct? For a minute? Yeah, so you're about 15 to 20 feet away.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of crank my head to the side and spin around almost like a man possessed, point straight at him and say, "Be a good boy and go turn yourself in to the guards that are waiting down the road." And I point down the road and cast suggestion on him. He has a 15 DC wisdom save.
Ooh. On the captain?
Yep.
17. Makes it.
Okay. Well, nothing. And then I'll just kind of like slump down like I'm no longer possessed or whatever.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Sure. Performance.
I'm doing an opposed insight check.
Oops. That's a 16.
Okay, you beat me.
Bad.
So that's cool. So he kind of like looks funny and shakes his head real quick. All right, it is now Meek's turn.
I am going to. How far away is Eva?
She's a good distance away now. She's probably like 45, 50 feet away.
Okay, that's within 60 feet. So I'm going to cast Healing Word at. I'm gonna do it at second level.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 2d4.
These birthday dice.
I swear, like I'm not. See, my hands are up here. I'm taking another picture because that is like crazy.
Oh my god.
So you heal max, which is 4. What's 4 times 3? 12?
Yeah.
I can't do math. You get 12 because I rolled 2 4s and then I have a 4 modifier. So.
Fuck yeah.
And then I will cast a firebolt as my action because that was my bonus action.
Spicy.
And I'll. Because I'm gonna stay underneath. I'm not gonna move. So I'm just gonna. Is one of the bandit captains or someone near Eva or someone who's on Eva? I'm gonna.
What's your range? Yeah, what's your range with the
120 feet.
You could hit the captain that Renmer's engaged with.
I'll do that then. If he seems kind of scary, then I'm gonna go for him.
Yeah, he looks a little better than the rest.
Okay.
The only ones that have, even come close to attacking me have been archers.
That's not gonna hit, but since I still have my favorite by the gods, I'm gonna go ahead and use that now because I rolled a 4.
Oh yeah, that won't hit.
So 4 plus 6, that's 10, but then plus 2d4 is gonna be 10. This still might not hit. Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay.
You'll miss.
So I missed that. It goes wide, and then I used my favorite by the gods. I tried though.
All right. It is now Eva's turn again.
So whereabouts am I?
I would assume you're near the carriage house because you kind of went zipping by Renmer. Renmer stopped and started fighting the captains. You're kind of past that. You're probably chasing some bandits on foot.
Okay. Swing, motherfucker! That is a 21.
Oh, yeah. You hit.
Actually, I think it's higher than that because I always forget to add my proficiency on top of my dex. Anyway, 5. That'll be 9 damage.
Yeah. And then you're just going to keep riding past the guy?
I would assume I'll eventually have to, swing it back around and then head back the way I came.
Well, I asked because this guy's still standing, so he would probably take an attack of opportunity if you kept going.
I mean, if he was fast enough, then sure.
I would say based on the rules, I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I guess he could slash the horse.
Yeah, I mean,
The horse is a big
like,
target, and
it
so he'd be
sounded like-
ready for you at the same time.
It sounded like the previous guy was
He
like
got knocked
trying
prone.
to draw and then attack, and so like it wouldn't make sense for him to have done that. But if those two bandits had like seen what was going on and they already had the weapons drawn, then yeah, it would be more plausible.
Yeah, they've got like what 18 seconds now to react.
Okay, sure.
So yeah. He will miss anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right.
Good.
It is now their turn.
Fuck you,
Okay.
archers.
So the first one you hit, he's gotten up at this point, and he pulls his bow and tries to unleash an arrow at your back.
Okay.
That'll hit. That's a 20.
Shit. Can you stop?
Oh my gosh. I rolled a 7 plus 3. Plus 2, sorry. 9.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Now the 3 on the wall, or sorry, 2 on the wall because of Garrick disarming the one with his arrows, are going to shoot at Eva. I miss with both. 7 and 8 on the die.
Oh, thank God.
The one is going to start trying to come down off the wall though, and running towards his captain's side. He's not there though.
God.
He's not there though. It's going to take him a turn. Okay.
Fuck.
So that's 2, 3. Okay, so I got 2 more on the wall that are going to try and shoot at Renmer. Oh my gosh. Okay, I rolled a 19 and 18 on the die.
All right.
Okay, that's not bad. 4 points of damage from one,
Okay.
and 4 from the second.
Okay.
That's not too bad. All
Not
right,
too bad.
captain turn.
Eh.
Right? Yes, captain's right after. Okay.
Yep.
He misses.
Riposte.
All right, do it. I rolled a 4, by the way.
All right, that is a 20 dirty.
Ooh, okay.
And that is 10 damage as I catch his cut on my short sword and I cut to his leg with my long sword.
Nice. Okay, so it is now your turn, Renmer.
I'm gonna make my initial longsword attack.
Okay, this is going to look like a nice combo if you hit it all.
That is going to be a 14.
Nope.
All right, short sword attack.
Okay.
Even less. Son of a bitch.
All right.
That's it.
All right, Garrick.
I'm going to point at Renmer and scream with my tongue missing demon and cast enlarge.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like stepping back and almost like falling down, pointing at him and screaming demon. So you now get to add a D4 to your damage rolls, and you get advantage on strength checks.
All right.
You notice out of the corner of your eye, the one is the one who was tending your wounds earlier or trying to, is watching you very intently all of a sudden. Almost like they picked up on the fact that you said that first, and then something happened.
Mm-hmm.
But he's thinking about it. Okay. Meek. It is your turn.
I'm gonna just cast Firebolt and keep trying to do that. Well,
What's
yeah.
boom?
well, I can't cast 2 like healing spells, so I'll do a healing word and then a firebolt, but I'm not sure who I should heal because you're both really low.
No, probably Eva. I
Um,
popped back up once. Eva.
yeah, I'd probably, and I already healed Eva, and I'm like, I have like a tension on her, like, and I don't want her to die, so I'm gonna do another healing word at Eva.
Okay.
Not as great, but still not bad. That's gonna be 8.
would've
And that
gotten
was
that?
at second level again, so that's 2 of my second level spells. And then I'm gonna cast a firebolt at the captain again.
Okay. Max damage.
Oh my gosh. That's an 11.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry. But that's okay.
I'm gonna use my movement to just get a little bit closer. Not within range of anyone, but I just want to start making my way closer in case I need to cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. So you want to move some distance towards Eva?
Yeah,
and
just some distance toward Eva and Renmer because I
So
can
like
tell
30
that they're-
feet?
Yeah, as long as 30 feet doesn't get me like right within range of someone because I don't want to get hit by anyone, but I just am like, oh, I need to be ready
Sure.
to help them.
Yeah,
So-
you're still melee distance away. In fact, Garrick is probably probably Garrick and the guy who was with Garrick are the closest to you at this point.
Okay.
And actually, the guy who was with Garrick is closer than Garrick himself.
Okay, then I want to stay away from
Yep. Yeah, you're not within like range of him shanking you right now or something.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So it is now Eva's turn.
Oh, y'all, I'm in pain. That kind of hurts.
I'm
That arrow in my back hurts like a bitch. All right. I think she's probably gotten pretty close to the opposing wall right now,
Okay.
and would be spurring the horse around and head back in that direction, and basically doing the same thing, swiping at as many.
You're just going to go for regular bandits again? Or are you trying to turn it towards the captain? Or what are you trying to do?
Where is the captain?
He's probably one. Basically, all your movement would get you to him and Renmer at this
Okay.
point.
I'll swing at him, and if my sword wasn't lit before, it definitely is now.
Sure.
But I think you were taking fire. I think you were accounting for fire damage.
Yeah, I was
anyway,
calling
so
it
it's
fire
probably already
damage.
lit.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god.
Natural 20?
Yeah, boy.
Hey. That's what we
Oh my
need.
god. Okay, so that's 2d8.
Yes.
There's a key thing that a paladin has to do when they crit.
I do, but would she know do it?
She's been reading a
You've
book.
been reading the book.
You're
That's
fourth
true.
level. You should know something about what you can do.
This is.
Um,
I think chapter 1 of the paladin thing is when to smite. Please smite. I'm gonna die.
I don't think this is gonna help much, but it's a smite that I actually have prepared, and that's ensnaring smite.
No, you always have divine smite.
Yeah, you have
Or-
divine
no,
smite.
no,
It's an ability.
No, that's ensnaring strike, which I think is always sounds.
You
like
just, yeah,
It's a paladin feature, like a class
Yeah.
feature. You always have
Yeah.
divine smite ready to go.
Oh, divine smite. Then yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I was specifically looking at my spells, so that makes a little more sense. Where the fuck is that smite? I can't see.
It would be
past
under
it.
abilities, class
Yeah, go to
abilities.
features and traits.
Yeah, features and traits. It'll
Oh, yeah,
use a
that makes
spell
sense.
slot, but
That's fine. All right, so you expend it to. Okay, so that's gonna be. Okay, hold on.
yeah, shoot is saying
on.
smite him, smite him, smite him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for crit, that's 2d8 for
Excuse me.
the sword strike anyway.
Yep.
Yes.
hmm
Plus smite,
Smite.
damage dice twice.
So that's
That's 68.
68.
hmm
Yeah.
Holy
Yup.
hell. I need
Yup.
more dice. Damn. Hold on. I'm getting into the bags
Wait,
now,
smite
guys.
is
Holy
2d8
hell.
also?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Smite's 2d8 for first level, and then an additional d8 for each level beyond that.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
This is
Well, level of spell burn.
this is why people
Right.
paladin.
Yeah,
Well,
paladins are
people
cannons,
paladin.
man.
Yeah. Oh my god, where's the rest of my d8s? I need 2 more. Ugh. Oh, guys.
I got news for you guys. After this hit, we're gonna fade to black.
Bitch.
So I hope you kill him. Otherwise, it'll be
Bitch, you.
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I'm
And you're
hoping this
using
does
your
it.
first smite in like a very like cinematic moment.
If you don't kill him and he swings at me, I'll riposte him
Oh
again.
boy, that's a lot of 8s.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so
That's a lot of damage.
8, 16, 32, no wait. 8, 16, 22, 24. 24 and 12, that's 36.
Plus remember your dexterity bonus.
40 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So what's this look like as you do this?
I think he's facing Renmer.
I mean, you
and
killed
so
him twice over. He only had 20 hit points left.
I think he was facing Renmer and he had no idea he was coming behind him. I mean, unless he like glanced over his shoulder.
Plus the D6 from the horse
coming up behind him. I think I probably like just stabbed him right in the back.
Sure. All right. Does it
Maybe,
glow
like,
or something from
maybe,
your
like,
smite?
Or maybe like between the back plate and the shoulder blade. So just like right in the arm.
Sure. All right.
So yeah.
So when you
it
do
probably
this,
does. I think maybe there's the spark of striking metal, and then it finally finds purchase and enters the body.
Well struck, Eva.
so when you do this, you impale the armor itself and him, and he just goes lifeless and falls at Renmer's feet, face down.
Justice is served.
And then we will fade to black and pick up where we left off next time.
Woo.
Damn it.
Nice.
So yeah, that
nice.
was pretty tense. That was a good one.
That
We're
was
not even
fun.
done with it, but that's been good so
Yeah.
far. So
I need to keep healing.
I love it.
I'm not in single digit health yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
very close.
The D&D Beyond app is great on the stream because I've been using that to keep track of where you guys are. I'm like, okay, how bloody do they look?
When you were talking about which one to heal, that's where I went. I was like, what do they have? I don't even know.
Yeah, because one had 12 and one had 11. And I was like,
Right.
it's like the same. Which one would she go for?
Yeah, they have the same max too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do
Interesting.
we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Eva wounded to half health still has more health than me, so
I just
Yeah.
want to say, I think Garrick stole the show today with his psycho madman character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was great.
That's fun.
I was
I
cracking
agree.
up the whole time. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We took a
Yeah.
lot of time to
I-
plan, but it was a good plan and it worked out really well.
yeah.
So.
I was thinking about that, and I'm like, the first thing you're gonna say is, they're gonna start asking me questions, and I'm gonna have to answer. So the best way to answer is to just not have a tongue. Then I could
Yeah.
just shout and babble.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was great.
hmm
So I loved that. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we got back to gaming because it felt really good.
I missed this game.
Me too. Me too. It always, things happen that I don't expect every time with this group. So
Yep.
I love it. I love it a lot. Feel free to plug away what you want, guys. Let's start with Tom today because he said he has a bunch of stuff he wants to shout out or something. I don't remember what he said.
Did I?
Sorry. I don't remember.
Well, you better have a lot of stuff now.
Shout it all out.
I'm Tom TP Grant. You can find me on Twitter at TP_Grant, and I have nothing to shout out right now. I'm
No opinions on anything going on, like the Diaz fight or anything that's happened in the last 2 weeks?
Oh man, that's no.
No?
No, someone needs to retire.
Diaz?
Oh.
Oh, man. I haven't heard anybody say that. Interesting. Okay.
It's I'm not crazy about promoting that fight. It's a little ghoulish.
It was a slaughtering.
It's a little ghoulish.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if he win, I would like it doesn't. Even if he wins, it's a little ghoulish. Yeah, no, I'm not promoting anything right now. I'm just working and taking care of, just dealing with the regular winter sicknesses going around the family.
Yes, I do know. it's made it halfway through our house, so I get it.
Yeah.
How about you, Tiefling? Do you have a game coming up? Are you still running your Descent into Avernus game?
Yep, we haven't played like this game campaign the past 2 weeks. We've been off because of illness.
Yeah.
But we're picking it back up again this Friday, and I'm excited to get back into that campaign and the DM seat. So that's
Your
what I've got
boyfriend's
going.
sick right now, right? And he plays in that game.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes because he manages the stream too.
Okay.
So I can DM and I just focus on doing that, and he changes the scenes and does everything with that. So
Yeah.
it might be that he just manages the stream and doesn't play, or he does play and gets through it. I'm not too sure, but I don't want to go another 2 weeks
Right.
off again because
Just tell him to suck it up.
yeah, because even like with this game, and it does feel like so long when you go.
Seems like I played an entire 3-hour episode of 3&D
Mhm.
on NyQuil.
Really? Yeah.
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 Oh, I
Which
can't do
That
that.
could make it even more fun. Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So drugged up
I was
on
NyQuil.
NyQuil.
I made the visual representation of like that thing from Alien bursting out of a guy's chest, except
Oh,
it was
fun.
a rat zombie instead of a face hugger. So it's just
Mhm. Beautiful.
I've got to find the clip for it because it
Mhm.
just I can't make that sound again.
Mhm.
I would have to be
Yeah,
wasted
find the clip.
on
Put it on your
NyQuil
social media. Put it on
Mhm.
Twitter or something.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Callist. Let's jump over to Callist.
I have nothing to promote. Just Callist on Twitter, Callist on Twitch, and
Follow
you'll
us
most
here.
Likely. Yeah, follow us here, and you'll get to see me play hopefully every Wednesday.
And last, Courtney.
Hello. I'm Cornelius. Maker of odd noises and player of D&D while on drugs. So I actually breaking news.
Cornelius is a drug addict. We're trying to get her help. So post your helpline in the chat.
I don't even know how to respond to you right now. Anyway, so I do actually have a few things to promote. So here every Wednesday, usually when we're sick, on Mondays, I play in 2 different games. One in the morning, it's like a.m. Central. I play in Curse of Strahd, which has just gotten interesting. We found a wagon, and our ridiculous rogue, who was raised by forest animals and caused nothing but trouble, forgot to check the wagon for traps before he opened the door. The wagon exploded.
Yeah, I know which wagon that is. You should have checked the traps.
Of course, I wasn't actually there that week.
It's rough.
One of our NPCs is dead, i.e. Irina is outright dead. One of our player characters was outright killed in the blast, but has been brought back as a vampire thrall because plot armor.
Mhm.
It's
important armor.
Let's see. Ismark would have killed the rogue. Would have absolutely murdered the rogue given the chance. He got in a couple good hits on him, but the rogue was fast enough to run away. The monk was like, if we ever catch you anywhere near us again, you're gonna die. So that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 1 p.m. Central, I play in some homebrew shenanigans with my friends over at Salt and Sassy. So the first game is at Caution Nerds, and the second game is at Salt and Sassy. Those are the stream games I'm in right now. I play at a game store Thursday nights. About to take another IRL game from alternate Saturdays to every Saturday, which I got to tell you, I'm so excited for this. I played Dwarven Druid for my first episode with these guys like a week and a half ago. Oh my god. Like, the energy around an actual table is so different from that of like a streamed game like this.
Yeah.
I could not sleep that night.
That's how I am
so,
after home
like,
games.
Ramped up.
Yeah.
About everything that happened in like 7 hours. Like, it was
Sometimes this game
awful.
does that to me where I'm like so excited, my mind's going a million miles per hour. I can't
Yeah.
sleep afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'm on Twitter, Cornelius.
Yeah. Go follow everybody on Twitter at least, or join our Discord and join in the conversations we have there. We are talking like every day now, and we got Paula to join finally, so that was cool. So now she's there. We can harass her just like I always do, kind of like how I harass Tom sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm doing. I'm just harassing him. So anyways, I have a YouTube channel. Eventually, the links are going to go in the info section here on Twitch. I'm figuring that out at this time. I put one panel there, with just typed something up quickly. But hopefully before next week, I will have some visuals down there and things like that. If you haven't caught the other games and you want to go back and watch the first 7 episodes, they are up on YouTube. Master the Game RPG on YouTube. You can find me by typing in the Forgotten Throne D&D or whatever. If you have any problems finding it, just let me know and I'll help you out. And follow me on my social media. I post on all of it as much as I can. And with that, I will see you guys next time. See you next Wednesday. See ya.